In this episode, we are going to unbox a special delivery from Missouri that I found on Facebook Marketplace, about 20 miles from my parents' house. So my dad went and picked it up after I bought it, and in July, which is when this was filmed, we boxed it up and shipped it across the country to Washington. Now, I'm sorry that I have to record this separately, but the microphone I was wearing apparently turned itself off. So this entire video and the next one as well is going to be narrated by me on a separate file. So please bear with me. But in the meantime, enjoy the unboxing of the video. I have to say I'm a little disappointed. We spent a lot of time making that box to ship across the country. And then they made Dad put it in a cardboard box anyway. Weighed about 78 pounds all in all, and definitely was cheaper ways to ship it than we shipped it, but that's all right. They even delivered it with the correct side up, which is nice. I think what's happening with my camera zooming in is the watch that I'm wearing controls it, and as I move around, I think it rolls the wheel and makes it zoom in, zoom out. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, we're back out to normal position. So I've got all the cardboard down, the top off. Now we're going to break down the sides, do a hopefully nice reveal of what's in here. What are we kidding? You know, you guys read the title. This is the transmission for the flathead. Yep. Was waiting to find a good one. Actual transmission case from 1939 with a good gear set, and I'll explain the intricacies of a 1939 transmission as opposed to the previous years. But definitely a lot of people upgrade their prior to 1939 transmissions for the gear sets of 1939 because it is a fully synchronized transmission, so you don't have to double clutch, which I absolutely have never done before. I could probably figure it out, but don't really want to. I want to drive a clutch as I know how to drive a manual transmission. So there it is, all encased and framed up really well so it doesn't move inside, with a little soft cover over the gear housing so it doesn't make a mess of the inside or the outside of the transmission case inside the box. So now as I break this down, I'm actually going to leave the bottom frame. It's set up to be a really good sort of table that holds this awkwardly shaped transmission case in place as I work on it. That was actually something I was thinking about doing when we were building this. I'm going to be rebuilding the transmission, completely replacing all of the bearing surfaces. That's going to be in the next video, the breakdown of the transmission, and then another one for the rebuild of it. But in the meantime, I'm going to open this up and inspect the interior of it and as I take it apart to figure out what needs to be replaced, what's still good and doesn't need to be replaced. So here we are, taking off the top cover. It's a little kind of soft padding that was up there, just basically to keep anything from getting down inside, spare me the effort of having to clean up too much inside that residually oily area. As you can see, I am going to be having trouble holding on to washers as I do this, but I want to keep account of those because I'd hate for those to go down inside. And, you know, I'm going to clean the thing out, but I just don't want it to get lodged in anything and damage anything that doesn't need to be damaged. And that one hit the floor too. And as we take the top off, we will reveal the gear set. And as you can see there, just down in the corner, you can see some teeth that are going the opposite direction. That is the actual reverse gear idler that turns the output shaft in the opposite direction, make it go reverse. There's the first gear and reverse slider. You can see it moves forwards and backwards. All the way back position is reverse and all the way forward is first. You got second gear and third gear, and in between the two of them is the synchronizer hub, which actually moves forwards and backwards to engage forwards for third and backwards for second. And those are the synchronizer rings that make a 1939 special, in that it is fully synchronized from second to third. and first to second. Okay, so to go into first gear, you move it backwards. Or reverse, you go backwards with that slider and forward to first. And same thing with the synchro hub, go backwards for second gear and forwards for third gear. That is done with 2 different forks that fit into the groove there and the groove there. And those forks, here you see the position that the hub is in, and if the slider were in that center spot, you would be in neutral. And the way those work is first you push the clutch and it turns this rod down here, which moves that bearing forward and completely disengages the clutch. And then as you move the shifter stick from left to right, you move the forks into position, either the forward one or the second one. So that is all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care.